Let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high. Perfect for a little fishing.
Well, we started the day out, caught a nice clownfish. Joey did. Joey had a trip. He comes down on a regular basis and goes with me. He caught a couple nice ones, over 7 pounds, and we ended up catching about 50 fish all day. It was just a good day. Had some good bait, and we lost a few big ones, but most of them we caught. They were really feeding, especially early. They were really holding on to it. The wind started picking up a little bit, made it kind of a little bit challenging, but we just holding up that old clownfish. He was a ball. We didn't know what he was. We just seen a big flash. That's the second one I've caught in the river. You know, I caught tarpon, and you can catch snook, and you can catch clownfish, and you know, just I don't kill them. I just throw them back. They say kill them because they're invasive species, but I don't know. I don't think you're gonna make a dent in them by doing it, to tell you the truth. And if we have a real cold spell, which that happens every once in a while, it'll do them in. Yeah, we caught some nice fish today. Joey's fished with Larry Wright for 2 days, and Larry's fishing a bass tournament today, and he booked me today to go out, but he's caught probably almost 350 fish in 3 days, on Lake Okeechobee. That's how good the fishing is, guys. I mean, we went through, oh gosh, over 80 shiners in no time. I was watching some of the tournament fishermen, and they were catching them too. They were way off the bank, just dragging the bait out a little bit, but they were catching them. We seen them blowing up in here. That's why we kind of pulled in here and set up camp here for a little bit, and caught a few in here. Well, we kind of slowed down there, so we headed down the river and gonna try it down there a little bit and see how we do. And you can see all the people right here. They're kind of camped out here up here around the dam, back and forth. So we fired her up and down the river we went. We went down there and hit a couple more places. And we got into some fish, you know, but you can see like I said before, you can see all the people up here. They're camped out. We was going to go up there and stay for a while, but there's just too many people up there. This is Saturday, you know, so. And they're having a tournament. Plus you got the Saturday crowd, you know, but it's windy, but it's not really rough. I mean, but I always stay close to the bank when it's rough like this, so I don't beat you up too bad. Yeah, but my live well runs over, and it gets water in the back of the boat, and my automatic bilge pump's not working. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed. I'm gonna have to crawl back in there and look at it, or go down and get somebody to fix it for me, you know, because I pretty well gotta have that, because that's kind of a safety issue. I forget about it, and I don't know why it quit working, but it just did. It probably wore out. I mean, I've used it a lot. It's a little bit of wind, but look at the sky. I mean, just a little bit of clouds here and there, a little bit of cloud cover. This is the time of year it's going to start raining every afternoon down here in Florida. It's just a kind of a, you know, tradition, you might say. It rains every day down here about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But our grass is burnt up, so we need the rain, and I know the fruit trees all need it. It's kind of unusual. Well, we got a full moon, which is a good thing. I mean, you can the last of the bass I always say coming in and do their spawn May. But they say they spawn year round. But I think starting in January, February, especially February and March, when you get a full moon and you have cold temperatures, and all of a sudden it starts warming up. February and March, April, that's the main group comes in out of the lake and spawns. That's just what I've found out since I've been here. And we caught a lot of buck bass, and even the ones that spawned it out, I mean, they're thin. I mean, they're not, they're thin right now. This is May, and they're putting on the old feed sack again, trying to get their weight back. You can see the birds back here. They've got us covered up. I mean, I don't know. They want a free lunch. Put 3 poles out for Joey, and it was just you just couldn't do it. There was not much action. He would have a fish on all the time. Yeah, them birds back here standing, waiting for a dead shiner. I'd throw one back to them every once in a while. This size right here, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. We caught, we caught one right. Just one right after another. Just the faster you throw out there, you can hook one. And I'll tell you how good he was hitting. We'd throw come in and take a dead shiner off, throw it out there, and they'd come up and take it off the top of the water, that dead shiner. There's no shad hatch. Here about 3 weeks ago, there was a shad hatch along the river, and them birds would just follow it down, and I'd follow the birds, of course. But if you notice, there's no shad hatch now, and they're just kind of, going along and picking what they can get here and there. Like I said, about 3 weeks ago, I mean, there was buku of shad and fry along the bank, but it's not there now. I mean, Shad's not like other fish. They can spawn, they can suspend out in open water and spawn, and as long as you don't have no real high winds for after they do their thing, lay their eggs and fertilize them, they'll make it. They don't, they can come in the grass and stuff that once in a while, but they can do it right. They can do it right out in open water too. They don't need really cover like crappie and other fish do. Again, the shiners this morning were really good. We got them at Garrett's Tackle Shop, and the shiners were really good. Yeah, Joey's had a heck of a 3 or 4 days here, he's caught over 300 fish. I mean, he just hit it right. We always call him when they're hitting pretty good, though, because he likes to come down. He likes to catch them. He's related to Leaf, the owner of Garrett's Tackle Shop. He's Leaf's cousin, and but that's how we got acquainted. We must have went through 10 or 15 hooks. The rascals are, especially we pulled into this one spot, they were swallowing it before Joey could get a hook in them, and I mean, you couldn't get them out. Sometimes I can get them out, but they went down there so deep I couldn't get them out. So, yeah, for a while there, that's all I was doing is tying hooks on and relining the poles, and I use that Power Pro 620. But the only bad thing of that Power Pro is it's good for throwing out, and it's really smooth, but when it gets tangled, you cannot hardly untangle it. You got to take scissors and cut it and redo it. It's just kind of a pain. It's so, there's no stretch. If you get one on it, it's on there. That's the thing about it. And when you set the hook. A couple times we just set the pole down there with dead minis over the side, and they about pulled the poles in. That's how good they were hitting. When we first started out this morning too, Joey was reeling it in, and he thought the shiner was dead. And boy, about a 6 or 7 pounder come up there and blew up on it like he was he's reeling real fast in and missed it. We'd come in there and the daggone birds, they'd run over there and grab them shiners off the top of the water. And a couple of times we almost hooked them. Then as it went on, Joey finally hooked one, I was using 3/0 hooks. I was using 3/0 Eagle Claw KO hooks. And it seems like, I don't know, 2/0 and 3/0 is about what you want to use. Most of the time, if you got great big shiners, you can go up to 4/0 hooks. Kind of, match the hook with the shiners. But most of the time, I'm using 2 or 3/0 hooks. I had some green floats. And doggone green floats out there. When the sun was shining down on it, we had a little bit of chop on that water. You couldn't hardly see them floats. Both of us had a hard time seeing them. We had to just kind of go by feel there for a while because the sun was right in our eyes. Yeah, we had a lot of friends that, the birds was come in on us. Well, and we was in there a little bit closer. The guards were starting to eat us up. I mean, they started to take about all of our bait. So we moved on out into the lake a little bit deeper and started picking them up again. And we didn't have trouble with the guards as much as we went out into about 15 foot of water. But the bass were there, so which is a good deal. Yeah, you get close to the bank after about 8, 9 o'clock. Yeah, the guards will just kind of a pain. But the bass move out in the deep water, all you gotta do is just kind of move out a little bit and you can still catch them. Yeah, Joey had a good time the last 3 days catching fish. I mean, I usually take him in the canals, but the canals have been so low, and it's just a kind of a pain to get back a boat in there and everything. It's just so we just decided this morning, because him and Larry been on the river for 2 days, just go ahead and stay in the river and try it. Worked out pretty good. You can see the cloud cover there we had this morning. I mean, it's still a little bit, humid, but there was a lot of cloud cover, which kind of helped us and helped the bite a little bit too. We caught more fish by doing that. Now you see the old man's got the glasses on. I can't see tie hooks on without my extra set of glasses. There, you got another one on there. Joey, you need to set the hook up. You just can't stand up and start reeling. You understand what I'm saying? You take the slack out, you wait for it to feel heavy, then you set the hook. I mean, you just don't. Well, you can do that with circle hooks, but these ain't circle hooks, they're KO hooks, so. Must be a pretty good one because I had to net that one. Like I said, he got two dandies today and caught several 3 and 4 pound ones. Guys, you want to do this, give me a call, 304-398-5215. We got to get down to 2 poles. We first started out with 3 poles, 1 pole down on the bottom and two floats out there, and I had 3 poles, and then I even put one on the other side there, but we just couldn't handle it. There was just that many fish. We had to back off a little bit, and of course them guys fishing the tournament, we're sitting there bringing in 4 or 5 and a couple 7s there. They're kind of thinking, oh man, I wish I had them for they can weigh in at the tournament. You know. Yeah, they'd like to have them big ones. But if they ain't 7 or 8 pounds, Joey's not happy because he's used to catching big fish. We got a late start this morning. I like to be on the water right at, about 15 minutes before daylight. And Joey, he slept in a little bit this morning and didn't make it, but we still got on the water pretty good. But I like to have the floats out there about 10 minutes before it starts getting daylight. And that first 45 minutes, I don't care what anybody says, that you just can't beat it for down here in South Florida. Very important for fishing, for bass, and even crappie in the wintertime. That first part of the morning is good fishing. I got on him. He finally set the hook on that one. Did you see him? See how he's pumping that though right there? You don't want to do that. You just want to hold that pole right straight in the air and just real steady. You know what I'm saying? You're dropping the tip of it down. You lose a lot of fish doing that, guys. But, he's getting tired. Like I said, he's been going fishing all day he's getting tired. But you want to hold that pole right straight in the air and just real steady. Most of them were about that size right there, but that's all right. We was catching fish. Watch him catch this one here. Watch him. This is textbook. Jerk, set the hook, just kind of holds it steady and reels real steady. Keeps that rod tip up in the air and just reeling steady. He's not pumping it. He's just kind of reeling steady. And you got a fish. That's how you do it. Right there, you don't pump it. You don't hold your pole down. Hold that tip up and set the hook. Here, Joey hooked the bird. Come down, got the shiner and hooked it, and it flew up on the bank, but I had to drag it in and wrestle around a little bit. And poor old guy was hooked in the chest a little bit. It didn't hurt him though. But it was a pretty good fight for me. I mean, it was a nice sized bird. But you do this every once in a while. But you can pull it away from him, but you just got to kind of keep an eye on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's because they're wanting a free meal. The rascals are wanting a free meal. He's not wanting to come in, but I'm dragging him in. And you got to watch too. Them rascals, they got a bill on them like a needle. They'll stick that daggone thing in you. Yeah, because if you're ever watching, they're spearing them bigger fish, especially them blue herring. But this is not a blue herring. This is a white crane down here. I forget what they're called. You got so many different ones. But I'm wrestling him up in there, got him by the neck, you know. Yeah, nobody was hurting this. I just got the hook out of him and turned him loose, and he went over there for about 15 minutes. He was kind of dazed a little bit. He kind of went over and looked down and said, "What happened to me, man?" You know. And about after 15 minutes, though, I saw him dead shiners over there, and he's going back out and eating them. So a little bit of trauma, on him, but he wasn't hurt. At one time, I've said this before, but back in the 1900s, early 1900s, women were wearing hats with their feathers on them, and they just about wiped the birds out here in South Florida. Everything they had, because they had a market for them, and people were catching them and sending them to New York to make hats out of them, and they about cleaned them out down here. And the federal government come in and stopped it. Said, they're protected. The Everglades, they're protected. There, he set the hook right at again that time. See how he jerked and he just steadily reeling it. Man, we caught a bass of a fish today. I mean, we really did. They're pretty good one. The good ones, if they were like 4, 5, 6 pound or more, I netted them. But the ones, under that, I don't net. I just pick them up, unhook them, and, throw them back in. I always keep a couple big ones to take a hero picture at the end of the day, whoever I take fishing. Again, guys, you can stop down at Garrad's Tackle and get all this, get your bait and get set up to shiner fish. If you want to shiner fish, you can do it off the bank, or if you got a boat and go out and do it. You can stop there and talk to Leaf and Caleb, and they'll set you up with lines, hooks, and rod and reels and bait, and it's a blast. I mean, it's a lot easier to feed them, like Captain Larry Wright says, than it is to try to fool them.